right, welcome back. Let's before we go to the Super Falcons that Cecilia really wants to talk about, let's stay a little on the Super Eagles and talk about what we expect today from most of those matches. We were talking, we were laughing and talking about the point that Get Troy is saying, look, all of the players you have been talking about, you said you want me to use them. Look, I'm going to use everybody. And a lot of us are really anxious to see how all of that pans out. He's gotten a lot of flack of maybe that, look, this guy is always too cautious, too ultra defensive, doesn't want to take chances, doesn't. But I think maybe he's listening to all of those calls and he's saying, look, I'll show you guys I can make changes if I want to.
Oh, really? But it's just a friendly. Okay, we want to see more of that anyway. But if he's giving you the results, fine.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's hear from Rohr talking about the game against Uganda today.
So our preparation is starting already with this match against Uganda. We don't wait until March. We have the chance to be qualified already. That's why we don't waste the time. We try already to be in a very interesting game, difficult game, to see our new players. That's why we will change the team. We will see the two other goalkeepers. We will see some players like Chukwueze, Osimhen, young players who did not play in South Africa. We don't play absolutely to win. We always want to win, but we want to see everybody. There will be a lot of changing in the team. And Uganda qualified also, so should be a good football game for celebration of our mutual qualification.
6 changes he will make. Eze1, maybe he will just be out of it. Kenneth Meribuno is already out. No, it's Governor. His wife, will possibly at any moment from now, so it's going to be the first best. So it's understandably so. Leon Balogun, of course, he's injured, so he's out. And Olaino also got a knock. He's also out. So we have other players that are in camp. So mentioned like 4 now. So when you're talking,
you took out 4 from 23. So
you have 19.
So maybe he's already thinking, well, I might get to use. I know there's a limit to you can't just change 11 players. There's a limit. I think it's 6 or 7. There's a limit. So it's going to be interesting. But the point that I think he's making is the players that we don't get to see that we've clamored for. We've all talked about John Ogu, so we've seen John Ogu. So it won't be under pressure to put him.
He was walking on the pitch.
I didn't say that. Okay. So, but some of the other players, some of the ones that you mentioned, we'll get the chance to see them. And it's interesting. And we're in a good position. We have qualified. And we should take this seriously. The next time the Super Eagles will gather is March.
March, yeah.
So we should give this game the seriousness, whatever tactics, whatever is trying to work. I'm not concerned about the result. Try out your formations, try out whatever you're going to try out now. Because the next time you're going to have a chance is March. And if there's anybody that wants to impress the coach, I think now is the time. Because by March, he's going to call players that he's already convinced about. He doesn't need anybody trying to convince him in March.
Yes, absolutely. If he's getting anyone now, he knows that the pool of players is large, so he can easily get anyone he wants to get. But the thing is, how many does he really use anyway when he brings them to camp? That's a big question about. Well, we want to see more players actually getting a chance to play today. Okay, it's going to be 4:30, right? Of course, Nigerian time because it's in Asaba, Delta State, and of course, fans across Delta, Edo, and if you're environs, area, and all those cities are very close by, you get a chance to actually see the national team play. We will not be there because we're here. That's the reason. Well, we trust will always bring you pictures coming from that game. Okay, away from the Super Eagles now, let's talk about the Super Falcons. The girls have apologized. They're sad the fact that they lost their opening game. You know what it means for you to start a tournament on the losing note. Sometimes you need to gather yourself together. Yeah. Where do you go from here? Because they've never experienced something like this before. Just going to a tournament, defending champions, and you're losing your opening game. A team that you feel, okay, I can close my eyes and beat South Africa. But then South Africa played about 15 games coming into this tournament. I can't stand counting. Where will I start from? If I want to start counting how many games they played. They were well prepared. And of course, it showed on the day that the Falcons, come on, you can't just come and beat anybody because you're 8-time champions and all that. Teams are preparing. Every team coming into the tournament prepared to beat Nigeria. I mean, I'm actually talking about Gatlana. That's what she said. That's the lady who scored South Africa only
That's
goal.
the standard.
That's the standard. Every team preparing.
If you can beat Nigeria, you're a good women's
absolutely.
team.
So that's the way it is. And that's how they all came into this team. And for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, Nomembe has been talking about the fact that, look, fine, we know that we lost our first game, but then this time around, we will still bring the trophy to Nigeria. Let's hear from her.
I want to say to Nigerians, we're very sorry for the loss yesterday, and the players are down. They were down, but now I think we've motivated ourselves, we've spoken to ourselves, and we know the reason why we're here. We're not here to lose. We're here to retain our trophy and qualify for the World Cup. So I want to assure Nigerians they should not give up on us. They should keep praying for us because we are not living here without the cup.
Yeah, they are not leaving Ghana without it. What happens if... Okay, all right. They're not leaving Ghana without that trophy. So they need to come with it. And that's the thing.
No,
and coming from one
you
of
don't need to do that. You don't need to
was
do that.
there.
Cecilia, they're telling us whatever it takes.
Yeah, they will bring it.
They will retain the title. So whichever way they're going to do it, let's not worry about that.
Precisely.
Let's not question their determination. These guys
Absolutely.
are determined. And it's an uphill task now.
Very, very. I mean, it's
coming against a
difficult.
Zambia that hit
You
the
telling me?
Equatorial Guinea that you are all afraid of. Hit them five. And it could have been
2,
worse.
3, 4,
They lost the penalty.
5.
So, and in spite of all that, if Nomembe is still telling us that we're disappointed you, we're sorry, but we are not leaving Ghana without the title. So let's just put our hands and see.
Okay, trophy, that's what we want, and a ticket at the World Cup. First ticket at the World Cup, then followed by the trophy. We'll see if they can do that. The confidence level is actually high right now, seeing them at the training and all that. They put everything behind them. They want to face Zambia and see if they can. You know, not see if they can. They want to face Zambia and beat Zambia.
Must.
Okay, they
must.
know
they must.
For the first time, I'm going to use the word they're condemned to win, right?
They
I usually don't use it for Super Bowl.
You don't use it for the Super Falcons in Africa. You don't use it for them in Africa. On the global stage, yes. But in Africa, they are condemned to win.
Beat Zambia and get it back on track.
That's it.
Easy.
Anything short, anything less than that.
Nothing.
Trouble.
Yeah,
trouble. Okay.
Let's celebrate trophy.
Okay. All right, let's move on the show now. And, you know, travel abroad. Talk about the UEFA Nations League, a new innovation from UEFA. And the teams that, you know, that are into the semis, they're complete right now. So let's bring you the results first before we talk about the 4 teams that are true to that. Before we talk about the 4 teams that are true to that. That's it on your screen. You have Germany and the Orange Gang from Netherlands playing a 2-2 draw.
Relegated Germany.
Okay, we must say that they've lost 6 games in 2018. They came to 2018 as world number 1, defending champions of the World Cup, but now they are relegated to the B category. So 2-2. The Czech Republic beat Slovakia by a goal. You have Denmark and Ireland played a goalless draw. Bulgaria and Slovenia, it was a 1-1 draw. Cyprus lost by 2 goals to Norway. Andorra and Latvia, it was goalless. Georgia and Kazakhstan, it was 2-1 in favor of Georgia. Macedonia and Gibraltar, it was 4 goals in favor of Macedonia. Liechtenstein played a 2-2 draw with Albania. These are the results from the UEFA Nations League. So let's look at the top 4 teams
Switzerland
through to the final. You have Harry Kane leading England. You also have Virgil van Dijk as well, leading the Orange Gang yesterday. There were 2 goals down, and they did the job. You have Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal, even though he didn't play too many part in the game because of some of the issues going. And Switzerland as well, courtesy of that 5-2 victory over Belgium. And
shocker.
That was a shocker. And so there you have it, the 4 teams in the new format of. And this has made football very exciting in Europe. The fans now turn out to watch the games. But let's take you back to yesterday. Let's take you back to yesterday. The coach of the Orange Boys, the Orange Gang, the former player for Holland, a former player for Barcelona, now coach of the Dutch team. Ronald Koeman, let's hear his thoughts after the 2-2 draw that saw them go through to the semi-finals, 2-2 draw with Germany.
Time to take a look at the papers now. We're starting with Sporting Life here. And this one, Griezmann admits why I shunned Barcelona. He should have gone to Barcelona. He didn't go. I'm talking about Sporting Life. That's the first one we're reviewing this morning. And Wenger's Real Madrid talks reviewed. Okay, Yemi, is this true?
Well, everybody's reporting it. I guess there probably was some truth to it at the point where Lopetegui was sacked. I mean, it was considered as a stopgap. And, of course, the prof turned it down, and that's why it's not there.
Okay. That's Janet Rohr talking about Uganda test. It said for Super Eagles, preparations for AFCON begins today. Chukwueze Osimhen tipped to start that game. And also, Afelokai and Akbeni has been picked for the tie. Apparently, Ezewa will just have to watch them because he got a chance to be in the competitive one. So, in the friendly can try out these two goalkeepers. So, no harm, right?
Yeah, no harm in that. No harm in that. Yeah, no harm
in support of that. Okay, Genedro insists it was robbed in a summer.
Okay.
Sporting Life, Sporting Sun is the next one this morning. International friendly Musa Iwobi attack Cranes in Asaba. All I know returns to Italy. He got the knock, and that's the reason he's not playing. And Musa says AFCON ticket crucial for Eagles. Of course, very, very. Owankali quit Polish club. Where will he go to now?
We'll see.
He got a chance to be at Manchester City. Actually signed him, and he has played for how many clubs? Loan up to 5-6, and now he quits this one. Where is he going to next? So right now, he's available.
Okay.
Klitschko rules out Joshua rematch. These are matured guys.
Yeah, the money is tempting. No,
these are the main guys. Money, the heavyweights. That's where you have it.
The money is tempting, but he's saying, "Look, I'll just concentrate on politics and just
every other thing he's doing.
I'm done.
Big boy.
I'm done. Okay, it's the other one that's in politics, but the other Klitschko, like, let's just forget about boxing for now. But of course, he's been tempted to come in. There's a lot of money being thrown. These promoters see all of these guys as a big draw, so they always want to, try and throw them in to, probably bring the crowd back.
Okay, Juve wants Mbappe and Asensio. What are they building? Dynasty or what?
It's possible. New money could be flowing in from somewhere. Who knows? All right, so let's leave the Sporting Sun and go to our last paper for review. Do that for a few seconds now. Let's go to Complete Sports. That's our last paper for review. The Tuesday edition, Complete Sports. You have Rohr goes for number 13th win as Eagles boss. Okay, you have Musa Chukwueze Osimhen to lead Eagles attack. This is probably a scoop, but we'll see. We'll wait for Rohr's starting lineup to see if this is true. You have some other stories about transfer. Giroud insists on Chelsea's stay. AC Milan make Fabregas contact. You have Real Madrid high shock move for Batshuayi. These are some of the stories in the papers today. You have also the story on the former Arsenal manager, Arsene Wenger, the Madrid talks that he's had. And you also had a picture of Alexis Sanchez clubs lining up for his signature. So you have that as well. Some people are saying prove yourself at United first before thinking of jumping ship. On the top corner also some details about the game, Nigeria against the Cranes of Uganda, the officials that will be involved, the time of the game. It's on the top corner of today's edition of Complete Sports. I guess that's how we have to wrap things up here on the show. We do hope that you've enjoyed everything that we've done today. We'll be back here tomorrow. Hopefully by then we'll be talking of a victory for the Super Eagles of Nigeria over the Cranes of Uganda. Okay, so that's how we wrap this up today, and we'll do this again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye bye now.
And I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Thanks for watching.